Okay, in this instructional video, we're going to talk about the differences between major and minor chords and the scales as well, and why they're so important to know. This is intermediate knowledge stuff too, and there's going to be some theory involved, but it's very necessary. So what I did was I was playing the E major, then the C sharp minor. Now an E major chord comprises of three different notes. An E, a G sharp, and a B. So in this chord, in this basic open chord, there's three different notes. There's 6 notes, but some of the notes repeat. But what comprises the major and minors is that they're both triads. So they both have triad, like a tricycle, you're gonna have 3 different notes. Then you're going to see how they're related. So this has an E, a G sharp, and a B. All right? So I'm going to put that down, and then I'm going to make a reference to its relative minor. Now, if you've been following my videos, you know how to make the relative minor of the major. So we're going to have this form right here. And there's your root. So just go down 3 half steps. So I went from this E note, got a major form here, going down from the E, down 3 half steps to that C sharp minor. Now they're so related that the only thing that changes is the root. So in a C sharp minor, you have a C sharp, an E, and a G sharp. Now that's going to mean something. So I'm going to show you for an E major chord, for the E major chord, these are the 3 notes, E, G sharp, and B. Then for a C sharp minor, I put C sharp there. It's got to be a minor. Okay? Well, how do you usually find a minor? Okay, this needs to be known too, and I should have made this point. So if I have an E major, and if I want to, this comprises of 3 different notes, the E, the G sharp, and the B. Now I just turn that 3rd note, because it's E, F, G sharp, that's the 3rd, and the B is the 5th, but I'm taking that 3rd note, I'm flatting it. It's a G sharp. So now this E major, when you turn it into a minor, E minor, you just flatted the 3rd. You made it a half step lower. So there's the G sharp. Now here's the G. But now if you take, that's how you make the difference between, if you have the same chord, like an E major, or an E minor, you flat the 3rd. But if you take an E major, you want to find its relative minor. This is a little different, okay? But it's good to understand what I just explained. You got the E major, find the relative minor, go to C sharp. Well, the 3 notes that are the 3 different notes that comprise the E major is that E, G sharp, and B. And then the 3 notes that comprise the C sharp minor, okay, is C sharp, C sharp, hope you can see that. I'm going to put that C sharp over here. And so for the C sharp minor, C sharp, E, and G sharp, okay? But they're very close. The 2 out of the 3 of the notes are the same. They sound so similar, that's why so many different songs that you can put together from this. And if you add the 4 to the 5, you got the basic formula of tens of thousands of songs. Playing the E, C sharp minor, A, to a B, then you can play the E, then you can play the blues scale in E, get the C sharp, then you can play it in C sharp. So you can learn to play the leads. If you know how to play this scale, this basic scale, assuming a lot of you know how to play it. And here's the blues scale with the extension. I'm assuming that a lot of you who've been following my channel know how to play this. But if you don't, there it is. And this is how you play it. You use your first and fourth fingers on the 12th and 15th frets. Fifth string, 12th and 14th frets. Fourth string, 12th and 14th. Using your first and fourth fingers, first and third. Now your first, I'm on the third string. I'm playing the 12th fret with my first finger, playing the 14th fret with my second finger instead of my third, so I can slide up a whole step. Then play those notes, which are the 15th and 17th frets with the first and third finger on both. There's the 16th fret and the third string, but the 15th and 17th frets on both the second and first strings. And that scale is right here. So you can take this same scale, or the basic blues scale without the extension. This is the one with the extension. See, I just played part of that scale in E after playing an E major chord. Now I'm at C sharp minor, E major's relative minor chord. They're exactly the same except for the difference of one note. Now I'm going to be playing the scale right there in C sharp. I can play it in E and C sharp. So here's an E major. Here's a C sharp minor. Starting instead of from the fifth string, starting from the sixth string. Now you know how to play these leads. You can play that same shape starting on an E note or starting on a C sharp note and playing that same pattern. Now before you saw me play the A. Now if I'm in A, here's the root, go down 3 half steps. Now an A chord comprises an A, a C sharp, and an E, right? A, C sharp, and E. The relative minor for A, the minor chord is F sharp minor. So, it's got two of the same notes. The only difference is that F sharp. And then the C sharp is the same. And the C sharp is the same. It's the F sharp. And then an A. Okay, it's also the A in F sharp minor. So that's the difference between major, relative major, and minor chords. They have 2 out of the 3 same notes. Remember how to make a major and a minor chord. You have to have 3 different notes. In order to make the minor of the same name, like E to E minor, you just flat the third. But when we connect the idea of major and minor chords, relative major and minor chords, relative, they're related. They're like first cousins, okay? Half brothers, half sisters, right? C, E, and C sharp minor. A, and F sharp minor. So if I'm playing these chords, A, F sharp minor, I'll play that scale in A or an F sharp. Learn that scale, memorize it, transpose. Go over the concept of major and minor and relative major and minor chords. Start to learn these fundamentals. This is a basic bedrock of theory. Got to learn some theory, and that's how you're going to improve as a guitarist. It's not that difficult. At first, you're like, wow, I don't know if I really understand it. Study a little bit, go back to it 15 minutes, half an hour. Still don't get it, go back to it. You're going to get it eventually. I was pretty slow when it came to learning theory, but got through about 3 years in high school and didn't even really use it for my first several years of playing. And then somebody said, hey, you want to get better? You're stagnating. Learn this theory. Well, that's what I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe. Keep playing and have fun.